So today we are doing Queens of the Stone Age on a budget. I have been asked a million times to do that sound with the katana, so that's what we are doing. You need a guitar that is tuned down to C standard. We are doing some early tones, that's why we need C standard. Preferably humbucker pickups, but you will be fine with single coils as well. And let's go into the editor because we need that one to access all of the tools to get this tone. So I did a video a couple of months ago. I used a Ampeg VT22, which is one of the amps that Josh is known for using. And I used a Boss SD1 and a GE7 equalizer, also from Boss. And I got some really good tones. I sort of heard some rumors that he was using those pedals early at least, and that really seemed to work in that video. So we are basically trying to do the same in the editor, or I mean with the katana. We are definitely turning off the reverb first. What I'm not too sure about is what amp type we will use. I'm thinking that we will use either of the two clean variations with the volume all the way up, and then we need to sort of land the gain after we have added those two pedals. So I'm starting out with the first variation, bass, maybe around noon. We are adding a lot of mids with the EQ pedal, so I'm not sure how much we are going to use on the amp. I think I'm leaving it there, and then we can come back to that and adjust later on. We are not doing any effects, or I mean any delay or reverb. For cab, let's try the vintage one. Modern for now. Presence, let's go back to that later, and let's start by adding that SD1. I'm not sure if it's listed here as an SD1, but I'm guessing that either Crunch OD overdrive or natural overdrive can be somewhat similar. Let's try the Crunch OD first. So what I did in that earlier video, again, I cranked the tone knob all the way up because he was using the SD1 sort of as a treble booster. And I took drive all the way down, and I was pushing with the volume, so that was all the way up as well. Okay, that one works. Let's try the overdrive, and I think the settings will come with me. Yes. Natural. Okay, not natural then. Maybe warm. That adds too much low end, I think. So I'm thinking either Crunch OD or overdrive. They are very similar, but I think I like the overdrive one better. Okay, we have that for now. Again, we might need to go back at some settings, but let's go to the EQ part. And a very important factor is mids, low mids, and especially around 400, 500, 600 hertz. And we have a 500 hertz slider right here. So let's crank that all the way up, then you can really hear the difference. So here is without. At 12 dB, it's a bit too much, so let's go down on that a bit. And let's add some 250 as well, and maybe 1K. I love that EQ. That is doing everything that I want. We have too much gain though. So with the VT40 or the VT22 or the V4, I have them all. They are very loud and big and raunchy without having too much gain. There's a lot of definition, and that is often the thing that I find most difficult when I'm trying to do that Queens of the Stone Age sound on other amps, and this included. So we need to turn down the gain, and I'm thinking the first place to do that is on the amplifier. By the way, I want to try the second variation of the clean amp as well. So here is with less gain. I'm thinking even less. Maybe the second variation seems like that one has a bit more gain naturally, so I'm turning that down. Bass. You know, at a point it gets sort of too hard to play when you don't have enough gain. So if you are following along and you find that you want more gain, go for it. I don't care, but I'm just trying to get as close as possible. And one thing that I often hear people are commenting about is that people are using too much gain with this sound. Turning down that one, the 500 Hertz, a tiny bit. And we can also use the volume on the guitar. Let's try No One Knows, for instance. That one has even less gain than a lot of the other tunes on that album, for instance. Doing some tweaks in between the songs. Cool. Okay, so the overdrive has a lot more gain, even with the gain all the way down. So with using the Crunch OD, we can use the gain on the amp a bit more. Okay, cool. I'm happy with that. Again, I think you need to find the right spot for the gain knob here on the amplifier. Also, depending a bit on the booster or the overdrive pedal you end up using. With the Crunch OD, you can crank the amp more. With the overdrive, I basically turn down the gain all the way on the amp because there's a lot of gain still in that pedal. Most important part is the EQ. Don't skip that one. A lot of tone right there. And yeah, I want to say thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video also. Goodbye.